Kunja Vihari. It's a very famous song, very sweet and short and famous song by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Raja Jana Nandana Yasodhanandana Raja Jana Nandana Yasodhanandana Raja Jana Nandana Yasodhanandana Raja Jana Nandana Yamuna Tira Vanasari Yamuna Tira Vanasari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Hari Bol Hari Bol Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hare Krishna. Thank you. Is it okay for you? Tune is okay? Okay. Purely Indian. Anyway, so as ordered, I am supposed to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam, okay, first canto, second chapter, 20th verse. Om Adhyana Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Urmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhavishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Shayam Rupa Kadamyaham Dadati Shapadam Tikam Bande Aham Shri Gurum Shri Rupa Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Shagara Raghunathanitam Tam Shajivam Shadaitam Shadaitam Parijana Sritam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Shagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Nigamsha Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ji Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesh Srinavati Pachakade Sikari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Nitaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayi Gaura Pratapamudayi Yudgamatayi Hari Om Tat Chat. Hare Krishna. So, I don't know, I have to finish by maybe 5, right? So give me a warning for 15 minutes before. Yes, I can wind up. 4:45 I should get a signal from you. Yes, my
Okay. Yes.
watch is somewhere there. I can't see. Yeah. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, actually yesterday we discussed about Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And today is Srimad Bhagavatam. And this whole Srimad Bhagavatam is comprised of how many cantos? 12 cantos. And how many verses? Any idea? Bhagavatam?
1 lakh.
1 lakh? Or 18,000?
18,000.
Mahabharata is 1 lakh.
Yeah.
So Bhagavatam comprised of, there are 18,000 verses. And this whole Bhagavatam compiled by whom?
Yes.
Vyasadeva. And who is Vyasadeva? He is the literary incarnation of Krishna. Literary incarnation of God. God takes the form of Vyasadeva. He incarnated as Vyasadeva to write some literature, scripture. And this Bhagavatam is basically of that. And this whole Bhagavatam is said to be Krishna himself. The question that goes to mind, how a book can be Krishna? How a book can be God? Yes. In Padma Puran, this is one of the scriptures, it said that the first and second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam are the 2 lotus feet of Krishna. My dear, first and second canto, how many cantos are there? 12. There are 12 cantos. And the first and second canto of this scripture, Bhagavatam, is said to be the lotus feet of God. Third and fourth, there are the 2 lotus thigh of God. Then come fifth is the lotus navel of God. Then 6 is the chest of God. 7 and 8 is his 2 lotus arms. 9 is his lotus throat. 10 is his lotus face. And 11 is his lotus forehead. And finally, 12 is his lotus crown. The question that goes to me, why you use lotus everywhere? It's because Krishna, if you look at the God, God is so beautiful that you cannot put any other words than lotus. Lotus eye. In Sanskrit it is called Padma Netra. Then lotus face, Padma Mukha. Lotus eyes, Padma Netra. Lotus feet, Padma Pad. Lotus hands, Padma Pani. So Padma word Chinese. Anyway, so this first canto which we are going to discuss today is the lotus feet of God. And you know, Krishna's lotus feet are very important. Today morning we discussed with Mati. Some devotees said, oh, focus to the lotus feet of Krishna only and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, you will be fixed into the first canto of Bhagavatam only. You have to proceed from feet to thigh, thigh to navel, navel to chest to arm to face, face to forehead, then the crown. Then only you get the whole Krishna, whole God, Supreme Personality of God. If you focus only to his lotus feet, you get only 2 feet of Krishna. You will not get his whole vision. Am I clear to everybody? So, this particular verse which we are going to discuss today is out of this 18,000 slokas, verses, most important. In what sense? Because it gives you the formula to understand God. It gives you the formula to know God. And with which we are puzzled always. Who is God? How is God? Where is God? When I meet Him? So many when, where, what, And you get all the answer in this particular verse. So please, listen this verse very carefully. This is a very important verse. As you know, in Bhagavad Gita there is a verse called Peace Formula. What is this verse? Bhuktaram Jagatapastam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Gyatam Mang Santi Mrichyati. You get peace if you know me. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. And here he is giving, because in Bhagavad Gita Krishna said, you know me, you get peace. He is not giving the way how to know him. And in Bhagavatam, in this verse, it gives the tricks, the tips, the ideas, the keys to know God, to understand God. So this verse, I'm very lucky actually, I don't know how Gaurnitai provide me this verse to discuss with you, that which is, so to say, the most important verse of Bhagavad. Okay, so you please read it with me. It's actually ISKCON style. When we chant a verse, everybody should repeat. Evam prasanna manasho Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha Bhagavad Tatta Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate. One by one word. Now we make a cluster of the words. Evam prasanna manaso. Good. Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha. Bhagavad Tatta Vijnanam. Mukta Sangasya Jayate. Oh, great. So now, word by word meaning. Evam. Thus. Prasanna. And living. Manashu. Of the mind. Bhagavad Bhakti. The devotional service of the Lord. Yogataha. By contact of. Bhagavat. Regarding personality of Godhead. Tattva. Knowledge. Vijnanam. Scientific. Mukta. Liberated. Sangasya. Of the association. Jayate. Becomes effective. This is the word by word meaning. So as I am telling you, the whole verse is basically the formula to know, to understand the God. And this whole verse, for our convenience, I break up into 4 parts. And it includes 4 basic philosophies. What are they? The first one is, you just see, how many philosophies are behind this verse? 4. Very good. The first one is, what is Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam? We often use the word scientifically, so many things. So in this verse, it is clearly given what exactly the word science or scientific or scientifically means. This is number 1. Second, what is the qualification for Bhagavad Tattva, the knowledge of Krishna, to understand? First is, what is science, nicely given. We will discuss about that. And the second is what qualification we should have to know about that science. Second point is clear. First is what science is. Second, what qualification I must possess. And third is what is the conditions to be qualified. How can I qualify myself? What are the conditions necessary to be qualified? Get me? How many? 3 are over. And the fourth most important is how this condition be achieved. How do I be able to realize, conceive these conditions? So 4 things. What is Bhagavad Tattva? What is the science of God? Second, what qualification necessary for me to understand that science? The third is, what are the conditions to be qualified? And the fourth is, how these conditions be achieved. So I'll come to now Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam. Please everybody. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam. Vijnana is a Sanskrit word. The equivalent in English is science. What is science? So most of our science students, physics student, Prabhuji is engineer. Prabhuji is also engineer. Prabhuji is also science. Prabhu, and Prabhu, your science background? Arts.
Electronics.
Oh, science, pure science. Science, Mataji science. Mataji, may I know you?
I'm scientist, probably.
Oh, scientist. Okay. Thanks, Prabhu, but is not here. True story. Your science background. So all are scientists here. Almost all are scientists. What science exactly mean? We mean science mean where there should not be any concoction. No fabrication. I cannot fabricate anything in science, For example, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4 only. I cannot fabricate it to be 5. It's 4 in India, 4 in Europe, 4 in England, 4 in America, everywhere it's 4. And there should not be any speculation in science. That is the meaning of pure science. That means there is no whim in science. Whimsically, I cannot put anything into science. 90 degrees equal to 1 right angle triangle, The 90. You cannot make for your convenience that why 90? It should be 100 because 100 is easy to operate with. 90 is cumbersome. When I was going to class like 5, 6 standard, I put a question to my science teacher. Sir, what's your problem? Why you put this right angle into 90 equal parts and make it 1 degree? What's your problem? You say, it should be 100. It's easy to operate. Divide by 100, multiplication by 100 is easy, Then you say you are odd man out. Next I put a question, I am satisfied with your first answer that you put 90 divisions in one right angle triangle. My second problem is also there, sir. What's your problem? So why you divide 1 degree into 60 equal parts and make it 1 second? 1 minute. What's your problem? The problem is that day you say it should be 90. It should be 90 only. Why you again change to 60? Okay, again you are odd man out. So you say that is science. Means what is what, you have to consider it like that only. Truth is truth. Okay. That is your material science. So science is true and true everywhere. 1 sec is equal to almost 8 rupees Indian INR. Sec and Indian rupees are different. This is not science minded. INR and SEC, they are not science, they are Prabhu's department. Accountants, commerce. Can you? So, science is truth. Now, Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam, the science of spirituality, is super science. What sense it is super? It is in this department 2 plus 2, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 3. Oh no. But this spiritual science is so super that there is many research has been done, but no change over it. I'm just giving you an example. That in science there is a branch called research. Research. You know, some scientists put some formula, and the group of scientists, young scientists, sit together and researching it to find any laguna, any fault, and sometimes they found the fault and become great double authority, kicking out the old man out. So is the science, material science. So in material science, it keeps on changing. So Prabhupada said, the rascal's business. Prabhupada is right to use those words, stupid rascal. Because if I say rascal, I myself is a rascal. I am physics person. So is the case. So, in material science, there may be some change, but in super science, Bhagavad Tattva, the knowledge of Supreme Personality of Godhead is absolute, the supreme truth. The question may ask, what's the proof of it? Proof is that there's a small book called Gita, 700 shlokas. It was written by whom? Because it's part of Bhagavatam. Yes, Vyasa. And what is the first edition of it? Nobody knows. Time immemorial. But Krishna himself declared in Bhagavad Gita 4.1, Sri Bhagavan Uvasa Imam Vivaswati Yogam Pruktavanam Aham Adyayam Vivaswami Manavitraha Vana Ikshakavi Abrabit Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajarsaya Vidu Shakaladaya Mahata Yoganasta Parantapa. Sorry, it is already for all of you. But I am going to give the idea. Krishna says that this book, these verses of Gita I have given to Vivaswan. Vivaswan means Surya Devata. When? In the beginning. In the beginning of creation, when you can think of it. And that verses, because of the effect of time, it destroyed. Evam parampara praptam emam rajarsaya vidusha kalana mahata yoganasta parantapaha. It destroyed, you know. Can you expect this temple to be there after 10,000 years? I'm not telling 10,000, I'm not telling 10 years. After 10,000 years, I'm not expecting this house. There will be some wear and tears and finally this will go off. So in this way then, Bhagavad Gita is also not like changes, but vanishing thin air. But at least we know that Bhagavad Gita is, for us, is given by Krishna in Kurukshetra. How many years ago? Around 5,000. 5,000 years ago. And during this 5,000 years, you just believe me, people try to make any change of it. Big scientists, big scholars, they have gone through it and to find out any fault somewhere like. But sorry for them, they cannot put a change of dot here. So this is what is called Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana. So super science, spiritual science is super science. So that is the meaning of Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana. Then I come to, because my first philosophy is over, what is Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana? Next is, what is the qualification for it to understand? Okay. Here also in this verse it is said that Mukta Sangha Jayati. What is the meaning of this? It is said that this Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana, the super science, can be understood effectively. Jayati means effectively. You can understand it like bird's eye view, you make a copy of all this thing, I understand something. So this is not the way. If you want to understand it effectively, then the person must be free from material association. Mukta Chanda Jayati. These are my second point of this verse. What should be our qualification? We must be free from material association. So what is the meaning of material association? Very difficult. Actually, yesterday also we have some discussion over there. Material association. What is material association? When we do some activities with some material expectation, condition, we attach to the entity. Am I sense to you? I am doing some activities, but I have a hidden agenda inside. I am helping this Prabhu so, but there is a hidden agenda that I am expecting in return from something from him. Right? I am building this house for Krishna, but I have a hidden agenda. Then I am not free from material attachment, material association. I must be free from that. That is the basic qualification to understand super science. I go through the pages of the Bhagavad Gita. Tomorrow I'll have to give a class. Evam prasanna manasyo bharvati yogata bhagavata tattva vijnana mukta sangha bharvate evam das. Prasanna can let go. I'm so scholarly. Manasyo of mind. I know so much about mind. I do the lecture. Bhagavata bhakti. Oh, that is about devotional service. I know so many devotional services. Yogata. Oh, by contact of. Okay. In this way, I can do that. But that is not Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana. You have to detach from all this material association and try to associate with what? Spiritualism. Many times we say, detach from this material world. Keep your mind free from material attachment. But Prabhupada said, oh, no, that is not enough. You detach at the same time attach one. It will just from material attached to spirituality. You cannot command your wicked mind to be in a calm and quiet situation. Your mind is so wicked, it is so feeble, so subtle, going here and there and there and there. It will go. Let it go to Krishna. Let it go to God. Instead of going here and there and there and there. That is the way how we can detach from material association and attach to social, spiritual, transcendental. So that is my second point. What qualification is necessary to understand Krishna? Very simple. Try to make yourself free from material association. And the third point is, what is the condition to be qualified? Yes, I get the qualification. Now what conditions are necessary? That is also given in this sloka. Evam prasanna manaso.
Evam prasanna manaso.
Thus, enlighten your mind. When your mind is enlightened, then only you'll be able to make yourself free from material association. Am I clear to you? Get me? First of all, what is Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana? What is science that we understand? Second point, what is the qualification necessary? And the third point is, what condition is necessary to be qualified? That is saying that when you are enlightened, that is, have to come to the platform of goodness. Because so long as we are in the jurisdiction of ignorance and passion, there cannot be jubilant. There are three modes of nation. What are they? Mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So long you are in the jurisdiction of ignorance and passion, you cannot be any jubilant. Because in the previous verse, it is said that Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 2nd chapter, 19th verse, it is said that Chetah iti anavidyan siddham shate prasiddhati. It is said that the heart is the central point where Krishna resides. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya aham hridisanivistu. I am there in the heart of every entity. So we should keep our heart jubilant. That is, it should not be pansared by Raja and Tamaguna. It should not be associated, contaminated with Raja and Tamaguna. Am I clear to you? Our heart should be in the mode of goodness. It's very simple. In physics, sometimes we define what is this. For example, what is positive charge? We say that is positive charge which is not negative. Then next you ask me what is negative charge? I say that is negative charge which is not positive. What is not? I do not know what is not. I say not is something which is opposite of south. When you ask me what is south? South is something which is opposite of north. So I tell you that your heart should be jubilant only when it is full in the mood of goodness. When I say, in the other way I can say, your heart should not be contaminated with ignorance, mode of ignorance and mode of passion. So when the heart is jubilant in a mode of goodness, then only we can utilize our human life for what it is meant. Very interesting. Our human life is not meant for eating, sleeping, mating. It is not meant for that. Then for what it is meant? Because unless your heart is jubilant, unless your heart is in a mode of goodness, we cannot utilize our human life for the purpose, for what purpose it is meant. And it is said in Bhagavatam that unless you have four questions not comes to your mind, we are Dipada Poshu, means two-legged animal. What are those four questions you must know? Who am I? Next is, from where I am coming. Third is, after death, where I am going to. And the fourth is, despite of all my endeavor, why I am not happy. At least these four questions come to your mind. Then only it is said that you are human being. And a human can only think about Krishna. You see, this 84 lakhs of Junis, there are 84 lakhs of species. Sorry, however intelligent are they cannot relish transcendental knowledge. A dog may sit here for hours after hours after hours after hours, it cannot be a devotee, sorry. It's because he is not human. He is not endowed with a particular amount of spirit. Because athatu brahma jigyasa, despite of intelligence, how intelligent a dog, an animal may be, a plant may be, cannot come from his mind. Thus, our pure consciousness is developed. When our pure consciousness is developed, Prabhupada said, we become truly intelligent. Little difficult. I am coming from science, then the qualification, then the condition. And the condition part is very difficult because it is said that you must keep your heart in a mood of goodness. And finally we see that Prabhupada said that This goodness you can say like intelligence, pure intelligence. In Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter, in the 18th verse it is said, Tashu ebo hito prayata. Only intelligent person can dream for purposeful end. Bhagavan said that it is only the intelligent person who can come to the purposeful end, others not. Out of this, all human being whose heart is full of, in the mode of pure goodness, can only come to the purposeful end. And therefore, it is said that so we have to come to the stage of goodness, pure goodness. Then only, yes, we'll be able to understand Krishna. So the next question is, how this condition can be achieved? How can I make my heart in the mode of
Goodness.
So, Prabhupada said that this can be achieved by the process of Bhagavat Bhakti Yoga. In this verse it is said that by devotional service only you can make your heart in the mode of goodness. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has mentioned about so many systems of yoga. And finally he said that the topmost method is what? Bhakti yoga. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, hatha yoga, so many systems of connecting to Krishna. And finally he said that topmost is, the first class is what? Bhakti yoga. In which verse? Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, 47 verse. Juginam api sarvasam mat gatam antaratmana. Juginam api sarvasam. He said that out of all these yoga systems, the best is Bhakti yoga. So Srila Prabhupada said he is the first class yogi who practice devotional service, who practice devotion. And in his age of Kali, there are so many devotional services you see in this temple. One is the Pujari Seva, devotional service. Other is Accounts Seva, devotional service. Management, devotional service. Listening to Harikatha, Sravan Seva, devotional service. Speaking, glorifying about Krishna, devotional service. Even the cleaning the house, devotional service. So many devotional services are there. Srila Prabhupada said that the best way to clean your heart, to make it in a mode of goodness, is chant and be happy. Chant and be happy. So you chant. Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
It doesn't
Hare.
require any qualification. It does not require any initiation. It is not necessary to become a pujari, priest. It is not that, nowhere it is written that you must be pujari, then only you can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Everybody can sing and chant and be happy. So in the days of Kali, the best service, devotional service is what? Chant and be happy. Because, as I am telling you, in this verse it is said that Bhagavat Bhakti Jugata. You must be in contact with some devotional service. This is the last portion of this verse. So, as without a question that goes to your mind, it is not necessary to come to this temple. At home I will sit and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Because this japa, to get the full benefit of Hare Krishna, you must associate with devotees. You say today you are coming here, and when you sing with Hare Krishna, you see you become jubilant, isn't it? So, are you sure that at home you are getting so much of energy when you chant alone Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, for the sake of sometimes completing your 16 rounds? Because we have given words to the spiritual master, I have to complete my 16th round. Many times, no, I am not telling always. Many times. We do Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, and we are singing. What is the big beat? Big beat is coming on up like shaking in the big bag like. Many times, not always, many times. But when you chant with the devotees, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We do not know. Let it not be stopped, energy. So in the age of Kali, it is said that the best service, devotional service, chant and be happy. So, I just make a summary now over the whole shloka. To understand God, our duty should be to understand scientifically Bhagavad Tattva Vigyan. The question goes to mind, what is how I get this scientific knowledge? Okay, very simple. Listen to Prabhupada, if possible, or not, some disciple of Prabhupada. Disciple and disciple and disciple of Prabhupada in disciplic succession. Evam parampara praptam, evam rajasya vidu. So kalaniyamapa yoga nasta parampara. And second point is, our heart, we must make our heart pure, clear, free from dirt. Then our heart is dirty. This is my heart. It's dirty. So I must use some scrubber. And heart is where? Inside. If it is dirty, can I put my hand there? No, difficult. So again, Mahaprabhu gave a technique. Setu Darpana Marjana. Chetu means Chitta. Darpan means it's like a mirror. And you have to rub Marjana. Mahaprabhu said, I do not know how many dat is there in your heart. Try, Prabhu. Mahaprabhu said, I am giving you a scrubber. Okay, I put some detergent over there. And you please practice. What is this scrubber? Maha Mantra. And how you rub? You have to stand. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sometimes it happens that in some cases, by just chanting a single round, I become happy. Good, less that. But for me, it takes more time, sir. Hare Krishna, not getting any taste because it is full of dirt. I have to use more. Scrubber should be more up. The Prabhupada, that's why I said that at least 16 rounds do. You will definitely get the taste of. So in this age of Kali, we have to, there is no alternative other than Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna. So because it is not a mantra, it is not a thing available only in Hindu religion or Sanatana Dharma. It is available everywhere. Gold is gold. God is God. You cannot say European pure gold. You cannot say Indian pure gold. You cannot say this Italian pure gold. Gold is gold. Water is water. You cannot say this is pure Indian water. This is pure European water. This is pure German water. Water is H2O. In whatever way you call it. If you say H2O, it serves my purpose. God is God. God is God. Therefore, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that Niyamitaha Smarane no Kala.
No kala.
What is the meaning? With that I will finish. He said that to chant Mahamantra, there is no regulation. There is no rule. It doesn't require any qualification. There is no fixed time. There is no fixed place. There should not require any sense control. Sanjama. You do not have anything. You see, I do not know the rules and regulations. I am not qualified. Qualification means like I am not coming to ISKCON or I am not coming to any Sampradaya. I have not started anything. I don't have any fixed time because morning I generally get up at 10 o'clock. If you say Brahma Murta, you are Krishna, no. Any time is suitable for you. I don't have any fixed place. Like I cannot come to ISKCON Gothenburg temple each and every day. Your home is fine then. Mahaprabhu said. I do not control my senses so much so. Yes, okay, fine. But do what? You just chant what? Hare Krishna. Anywhere, everywhere. Niyamita smarane kala. To remember Krishna doesn't require any qualification, any fixed time, any fixed place. Okay? Everywhere, every time, everyone is qualified. Every time is suitable. Every place is also suitable. Get me? So, the thing have been made so easy. Actually, but we are unfortunate that many a time we don't like to accept it. Because in this age of Kali, in this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, everything is simplified. Think of you are in the age of Shaitya. Shaitya Yoga, you know? Very difficult. All these relaxations are not there. To get God, to understand God, to know about God, you have to do penance. That is not one day, not 1 year, not 1 decade, not 1 century, 60,000 years. Just see it in a portion. Forget everything. Go to a secluded place. But in this age of Kali, you just dance. A, B, C, D. Associate with devotee A. B, if possible, try to collect the books like C, you chant, and D, you dance. And you get Krishna. A, B, C, D. You associate with devotee. In this way you come and associate with devotee. B, try to go through the books if possible. C, you chant. D, you dance. And finally what you get? You get K, you get Z, you get Krishna, you get God. Okay? Thank you very much. So let me wind up here. And if you have any questions or any comment, I may try. Because 5 o'clock we'll have to wind up. 10 minutes left. Yes,
I have a question, Prabhuji.
Yes,
thank you for the very nice and inspiring lecture.
okay.
My question is like remaining in mode of goodness. So how one can remain in mode of goodness all the time? Because I mean, even if we try to do some devotional service, like very minor, but most of our time is like in the material duties or material association or whatever. So how do we remain like in mode of goodness every time?
For that, actually, ISKCON formula is keep Krishna center at the center of all your activities. Now, it is not something like this, a glass of water, I keep it here, and I'm doing the work around it. It said that dovetail your all activities. There is a sloka in Gita, Yat karusi, yat asnosi, yat juhusi, dadasi yat tapasya kunteo, tat karus mat arpana. I'm giving the meaning. Krishna says that whatever thing you eat. Whatever activity you do. Whatever penance you want to do. Do anything. Do. Krishna says, but he just requests. Tat karus mat arpana. Meaning is, at least remember me while you are doing that work. So it's like that. So as sometimes you cook at home, in the kitchen, not for Krishna, obviously, for whom? For your husband, or for your other members of the family. While cooking, that you should think. Krishna said, Tat karus, do that activity, mat arpanam, this offering to me. It's not like that you have to take a plate and put that good stuff and offer. No. Mentally you should think, Krishna, I have to do all these things for my other members of the family. Please, make it so palatable, so energetic, that after taking this food stuff, they become devotee. So your heart become in a mood of goodness. Instead, if you are thinking, am I putting the right amount of sugar, right amount of salt, right amount of spice there? Taste it, no, I'll put it. You are in the mood of passion. Everything you can convert, everything and anything. You see, what we people are doing, we mean to say all of us doing, are doing by the material people also. There's no difference. You go to market, they also go to market. You go to school, they also go to school. You come to temple, they also go to temple. So, you see, what activity we are doing, they are also doing. But we are doing in a mode of what? Goodness. And most of the time, they are doing in a mode of passion or ignorance. I'll just give you a small story. There is a very senior devotee, the Maharaj. So what happened? He established a small temple in the jungle. He brings some devotee with him, started a center there, and when everybody goes night, everybody go to sleep, he used to come out and go somewhere and come back. So devotees has got some doubt. Where the Maharaj is every day moving? Night is the time to sleep. They have got some doubt, Then what they do, they follow him. They just pretend to be sleeping, and as he goes, others people follow. And found him that he is busy collecting some flesh, meat. Go to the slaughter's house and collect some what? Flesh of animals and bring it. Then to the disgusting. This is the guru with whom he at the daytime give lectures over lectures for regulatory principle. And what he is doing? Okay, 2 more weeks. Come to sleep. And you came back at some time and they go to already sleep. And these 2 or 3 people who witness it give the information to other fellow friends. Other friends say, no, our guru cannot be like that. Because you made mistakes. They go and see, okay. Then the other group, they also try. And say, yes, Guruji is collecting flashes. Come and say, you are true. Tomorrow we have to pack up. Forget about this Guru, we have to go. Okay? Then what happened? The morning, there is this type of discourse. Guru is giving some classes. After the class, Guru mind that everybody is out of, like they are not attentive at all. Guru said, what happened to you all? Say, Guruji, from today you are not Guru, you are Guru. Guru means you are cow. You are not Guru for us. Sorry. Why? Because you give such a nice lecture, but your actions are different. The what action? At night what you do? Oh, this is the point. Yes. At night I go to the slaughter's house and collect that rubbish thing. And what you do with that? Well, I have to give to these dogs. I am keeping some dogs for you people. Because you are in the jungle. I have to protect you from the animals. So see. Although he is doing an activity, collecting some flesh from the slaughter's house, he is not in the mode of ignorance. He is not in the mode of patience. He is in the mode of goodness. So what activity you are doing, that is not important. Yat karusi, yat kasnusi. Whatever activity you do, Krishna say, tat karusmat arpanam. You just think of me and do it. So this is the way how you can dovetail your activities for Krishna. Any activity you do, any activity. If you are walking, walk. And do it nicely rather. So that other people also follow you. Okay? So that is the way how we can dovetail our activities for Krishna. It's called dovetailing. Right? Dovetailing. Yes. Am I clear to you, Mataji? Yes,
sorry, one follow-up question to understand it more clearly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are of course many activities which does not require our complete focus. But for example, many activities are there, like even for cooking. If you are cooking something new, right? We have to think of like, okay, what am I going to mix and how am I going to, what are the steps I am going to do or something like that. Or at work, right? You have to be completely focused, your brain or absorbed into that. So there, that's where I get confused that like, I have to like completely think of this work at this point. Then how do I think of Krishna simultaneously at that point?
Okay. Actually, you see, Krishna is omnipresent. Krishna is everywhere available. This question I put to Shankaracharya. I have a fortune to meet him, Shankaracharya. I'm maybe at the age of 30, like, just married. Then I put a question to Shankaracharya. What is my duty? Which way I get Krishna easily? Then he said, who are you? I say, I'm a professor in a university. Okay. Because I'm very proud at the time. Okay, he said, are you married? Yes, I'm married. Then you must be a husband. Yes. Do you have children? Yes, I have one daughter. You must be a father. Yes. Then he said, do you know how to drive a car? Yes, I know. Do you have a car? Yes, I have a car. You are a driver also? Yes. Are you teacher students? Yes, I teach your student. Sometimes you are a student? Yes, a student. So see now, when you are inside a car in the street, with your hand in the steering, behave like a good driver. When you are inside a family, you should behave like a good husband, good father. When you are inside a classroom, you should behave like a good teacher. When you are traveling in a public transport, behave like a good passenger. You get me?
Do your duties properly.
Whatever duty is Krishna is given to you for the timing, you do it in a perfect way. That is absolute way. Absolute is Krishna himself. Anything you do it perfectly with full devotion. And bring Krishna some or other to them. Yes, Krishna help me. Please, Krishna help me. Whatever you need, because he is the master of all the arts, you know. There is no department which Krishna do not know. Am I clear to you?
Yeah, that is so.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Yeah. So maybe time is already over, like only 2 minutes left. Yes, Prabhu.
So Prabhuji, this is my question. Like now we are scientists, what they are doing, because we talk about science. Scientists now they are replacing heart with pig heart. So what happens to the, like, because we say that soul lives in the heart.
Yes, indeed.
Soul lives in the heart. And now scientists are replacing the human heart with a pig heart and all those things they are doing. So what happens in that condition?
Anyway, the question is not very clear to me. What he wants to know?
He wants to understand that nowadays the scientists
are replacing the physical heart with like
Heart
human heart
replacement
with a
therapy.
pig
Oh,
heart.
heart replacement.
Yeah.
Okay. That means Sarvasva Hring Sani Vishnu.
I could not understand.
Prabhuji, like mother in the heart heart Krishna lives and your soul lives. Now scientists are replacing your heart with the pig heart, physical part. So what happened to the soul, our soul, and they are like, is like our heart soul start living in that heart or like how, physically? How?
Actually, he lives in area of the heart, not exactly heart, in the region of the heart. So even if you replace the heart with other heart, no problem. He lives there in that area, region of life.
That is one thing. And another thing is that too, actually it's a very, these intricacies of this topic is very difficult to speak in a single line or like that. There is a term called near-death experience. You have heard it. Sometimes people feel that he's already dead, and by the grace of God, he again get consciousness and come back, and he only can speak about ND, near-death experience. And he sees that something coming out, again come back, like, and during this transmigration, when this soul and super soul goes out, during that time he's totally dead. And maybe Krishna says because of some calculation, Krishna found that no, this is not the right way. Maybe again come back. But this is experience. So you see, regarding heart transplantation, because I am not a physician, I am not very clear about that. But as Mataji says that, although we say Sarvasya Aham Hridi Sani Vishnu, Krishna said, my residence is your heart. But do you think we keep our heart very suitable for Krishna always? No. Then do we think that Krishna will not reside there? Krishna will be there. Krishna will be there. But how clever, no? I am telling you another story. Narsimha Dev Bhagavan, you know. Hiranyakasipu also, you know. When Narsimha Dev torn that Hiranyakasipu's body with his chisel-like, nails, open it, that is, open it to say where I am. Narsimha Dev is searching himself. This is not dead at the time. He opened, it's an open surgery. And see where I am. Then Krishna is confused. It's not you, I am too confused. All of you are confused. Krishna himself confused where I am. Because my residence is my heart. And Krishna, I am not there available. Then Krishna found where I am. Intestine, I am there in the intestine. So he took out the intestine and make it a garden like, Why Our some Asabja says that Hiranyakasipu, when he scolded Krishna, what is Vishnu? What is Vishnu? He never speaks from his heart. He uses intestine. What is Vishnu? Where is Vishnu? Like this. So, this exercise makes his intestine comfortable for Vishnu to reside there. And Vishnu take out the intestine. Antro maladharo sankha sakrabja yudadharinam. Vishnu take out, there I am. So he put out the intestine and make it a garden like you put out the heart and say, I am not here, throw it away. This heart is so hard. It's a stone. I am not here. I am there in the intestine because he uses intestine to chastise me, to scold me. I am there. That is some philosophy. So anyway, these are some little more deeper topic to discuss. We'll take care of someday. Thank you for your patient listening. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpa tarubhesha kripa sindhubhadevasa patitanam pavanebho vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantapati Vaishnavi ki jaya. Tanvar ISKCON Bhakta Vrinda ki jaya. Jai Gaur Premanande.